All right, if you guys would please grab out your surface area and volume quiz review, and we're going to go over each of the questions presented. All right, so I am told a polyhedron is named by its base and its faces. A pyramid has one base, is a polygon, and the faces are lateral faces or triangles. A prism has two congruent parallel bases, so two bases. And all of our lateral faces are rectangles. All right, so those are the two big key differences between a pyramid and a prism. These make up our four separate characteristics. All right, so we're going to take this information and we're going to answer the following questions. So 1A, I want to shade the base of my figure. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to shade the base here. And I see that I have a pyramid, which means I have one base. And the only shape that I see one of is my rectangle. So I'm going to take the name of my base and I'm going to say rectangular. Okay, and I see that I have a one base and I have triangles for my sides, my lateral faces, so then it's a pyramid. Rectangular pyramid. And that name is supposed to go down here. And it says identify the figure this, and why is it a pyramid? It has one base and triangle lateral faces. All right, describe the number of faces and the number of lateral faces of my figure. Well, lateral faces are the number of triangles, and there are 1, 2, 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 4 lateral faces. And then I have one base, but I want to know how many faces in all do I have. Well, I have 4 laterals and one base, so I have 5 faces in all. 4 lateral and 1 base. Okay, let's try it again. Let's look at this figure. I'm asked to shade in the bases. So I see that I have triangles and rectangles. I learned that a prism, I have 2 triangles, 3 rectangles. So it looks like my triangles are my bases. Is this a prism or a pyramid? This is a prism. And I know that because I have 2 bases and I have rectangular lateral faces. So I need to name this figure. So I'm going to start with the name of my base, and that is a triangle. So I'm going to have a triangular, and it's a prism. Triangular prism. All right, I need to know how many faces in all and how many lateral faces. Well, remember, our lateral faces are our rectangles. So how many rectangles do we have? I have 3 lateral faces. And how many faces in all do I have? Well, I have 3 laterals and 2 bases. So I have 5 faces in all. 3 lateral. All right, now we're just going to try and name our shapes. So name the type of the solid that can be formed in each net. Use the correct name first and last. Okay, so I've got this shape right here, and I want to know my bases. And I'm going to say that this rectangle here and this rectangle here are my bases. So it looks like I have 2 bases, which means I'm going to be a prism. And what shape did I shade in? I shaded in a rectangle, so it's going to be a rectangular prism. What about this shape? Looks like I have all triangles. I have 1 in the middle and then 3 on the side. Well, I'm going to shade in my base right here. And I have 1 base, and my sides are all triangles, so I have a pyramid. The shape of my pyramid is a triangle, so it is a triangular pyramid. All right, our next shape this is a very unique shape. Okay. I can shade in the base and I can shade in the other base. But when I fold it all up, all five of my shapes here, or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all six of my shapes are a square. And our name is a cube. All right, shade in our base for this figure. So I see 1, and I'm going to assume that's a rectangle. So I'm going to start with the first, the rectangular. And I have triangles for my sides, and it is a pyramid. Triangular pyramid. All right, and then last but not least, I have 3 rectangles and 2 triangles. Well, my prism has 2, pyramids have 1, so I'm going to shade in my 2 triangles. So my base is a triangle, so triangular, and it is a prism. Triangular prism. Okay. On to the next. It's telling me a net. So a net is a 2D representation of our 3D solid. The net of a polyhedron is made of, yes, using the polygons that are the faces of our solid. To find the area of the net, you find the area of each polygon in the net. To find the lateral area, you have the sum. So you're going to add all of the faces on your polyhedron that are not the base. You're going to add all of the lateral faces. There we go. All the lateral faces, and it's not the base. The total surface area is the sum, which is addition again, of all of your faces. So it's lateral plus your base. All right. And then it gives us a couple of formulas here, which we can also find those formulas on our gold reference sheet. Okay. All right, so number 4, I am to find the lateral and the total surface area of my shape here. And this looks like it is a rectangular pyramid. Just go ahead and put the name in there. All right, so I need to find the area of all of my lateral sides, and all my lateral sides are triangles. So the first step is to find the formula of your triangle, and that is 1/2 base times the height. My base is 4.5 and the height is 5 centimeters. So area is equal to 1/2 times 4.5 times 5. Third step is to solve. Area is equal to, well, I'm going to go ahead and do 4.5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 is 22. 1 decimal place. So I have a 1/2 times 22.5. 1/2 times 22.5 is, got to divide by 2. 2 can go into 22 11 times. Bring down the 5. 2 can go into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 1, bring down that, add the 0. 2 can go into 10 5 times. 0. So my area is 11.25. And this is only for one triangle. Okay, for only one of our triangles. And how many triangles, how many sides do I have? Well, I have 4. And so I'm going to multiply this by 4. So times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. 4 times 1 is 4. I have 2 decimal places, so 0.2. So my lateral surface area is 45 centimeters squared. Okay. To find the total surface area, I need to find the area of my base. And it looks like my base is a square, so area is equal to base times the height. My 2 sides are 4.5 times 4.5. All right. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. Placeholder, 4 times 5 is 20. Carry the 2. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 more is 18. 5, 2, 10, 2. 2 decimal places. So I get an area of 20.25. That's not my total. That's just the area of your base. And now you need to add the area of your lateral plus the area of your base. So I need to do 45 plus 20.25. 5 and 6 to get a grand total area of 65.25 centimeters squared. Grand total of 65.25 centimeters squared. All right, let's try it again. Number 5, I need to find the lateral and the total surface area of our rectangular prism. So I'm going to use these two little rectangles here as my base. And I've got all 4 of these rectangles here as my sides. Okay, I am told that all of these long sides are 16. All of this down is 16. 16, 16, and 16. Okay. This side here is 9.5, which means this is going to be 9.5. This is going to be 9.5. This is going to be 9.5. All right, so I'm going to find the area of my lateral surface area. So area is equal to base times the height. Area is equal to 16 times 9.5. Five times 6 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 more, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 times 6 is, 9 times 6, 54, 54. 4, 5. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 more is 14. 0, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 and 1. I have a 1 decimal place. So the area of one rectangle is 152. Now, how many lateral faces do I have? I have 4 of them. So I'm going to multiply this by 4. 8, 20, and then 4 plus 2 is 6. So the area of all your lateral faces is 608 centimeters squared. Now I'm asked to find the total surface area. So now I need to find the area of my base. So one base is area is equal to base times the height. One length is 9.5 times 6.2. Two times 5 is 10. 2 times 9 is 18. Plus 1 more is 19. Placeholder. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 9 is 54, and 54 plus 3 is 57. Add these, 9, 8, 5, and there's 2 decimal places, and I get 58.9. Now, this is the area for one base, and I have 2 bases, so I'm going to multiply him by 2. 9 times 2 is 18. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 more is 17. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 more is 11, and I have a 1 decimal place, and I get 117.8. Now, this is not my total surface area. This is just the area of my 2 bases. To get the total surface area, I need to do the bases plus the sides and add these together. So I'm going to do 608 plus 117.8 to get 0.8. 8 and 7 is 15. 1 and 1 is 2. 6 and 1 is 7. To get me a grand total surface area of 725.8 centimeters squared. All right, let's try down here for number 6. Let's try one more for number 6 here. Actually, we got 2 more. All right, number 6, I have a pyramid. All right, so it looks like I have 3 triangles. All of my sides for my triangle down here are 4.4. Okay, so my one triangle for the side, let's go ahead and do the area. Area is equal to 1/2 base times the height. Area is equal to 1/2. Well, the base of my triangle for my sides is 4.4 times the height of my side triangle is 5.3. And let's go ahead over here off to the side. Let's do 5.3 times 4.4. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 is 21. The same situation. 2, 3, 3, 2. 2 decimal places. So 1/2 times 23.32. Area is equal to, well, now I need to divide. 32. 2 can go into 1, or 2 can go into 2 one time. 2 can go into 3 one time with 1 left over. 2 can go into 13 6 times. And then 2 can go into 12 6 times. To get me an area of 11.66, let me double check, 23.32 divided by 2. Yep. This is the area for one side. So for one lateral face, and I have 1, 2, 3 lateral faces, so I need to multiply him by 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. Have 2 decimal places. So the lateral surface area is 34.98 centimeters squared. 34.98 centimeters squared. All right, to find the total surface area, I need to add the base area in with it. So I need to find the area of my base. So area is equal to 1/2 base times height. Area is equal to 1/2 times 4.4 times the height now of 3.8. All right, so I'm going to have 4.4 times 3.8. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 3 is 35. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. 5 plus 2 is 7. 3 plus 3 is 6 and 1. And I have 2 decimal places. So 1/2 times 16.72. And I need to divide this. 2 cannot go into 1, but it can go into 16 8 times. 2 can go into 7 3 times with 1 left over. And 2 can go into 12 6 times. To give me an area of 8.36. Now, this is just the area of my base, and I need to find the area of the entire figure. So I'm going to add my 2 numbers up. So 34.98 plus 8.36. 6 plus 8 is, I think that's 14. Yep, it's 14. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 3 more is 13. 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. 3 plus 1 is 4. Bring down the decimal. To give me a grand total surface area of 43.34 centimeters squared. 43.34 centimeters squared. Oh, box that one in. All right. Number 7, it looks like I've got a cube. Now I need to find the area of all of my lateral sides and then the total surface area. Okay, so let's go ahead and use these little wings here as our bases, and then all of my rectangles off for my sides. All right, So I have area is equal to base times the height. Area is equal to 6.9 times 7.2. So 7.2 times 6.9. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 7 is 63, plus one more is 64. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 7 is 42, plus one more is 43. 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 4. I have 2 decimal places to get 49.68. Now, how many lateral faces do you see? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to multiply this number by 4. 8 times 4 is 32. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 25, 26, 27. 9 times 4 is 36, plus 2 more is 38. 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19. And I have 2 decimal places. So my lateral surface area is 198.72 feet squared. All right, for my total surface area, I need to find the area of my 2 bases and then add it to my lateral. Area is equal to base times the height. Area is equal to 6.9 times 7.2. Well, we know this area is 49.68 because it's the same thing. We found it already for 1 cube, or 1 square, I mean. I have 2 bases, so times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 more is 19. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. And I have 2 decimal places. And now I need to add these 2 numbers together. So I have 198.72 plus 99.36. 6 plus 2 is 8. 7 plus 3 is 10. 9 plus 9 is 18. 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 1 more is 19. 1 plus 1 is 2. So I have a grand total surface area of 298.08 feet squared. Double check my math. 7.2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 298.08. And for our last total and lateral surface area, we have this picture right here. And I have a triangular prism. I see that I've got 2 different bases here. I have 2 triangles and I have 3 rectangles. So I need to find the lateral surface area. Well, my lateral sides are rectangles. So area is equal to base times the height. Area is equal to 32 times 10. If you remember my tens trick, you do 32 times 1, which is 32, and then add the number of zeros you see. So your area is 320. Now, this is the area for 1 rectangle, and you have 3 rectangles total. So you're going to multiply this by 3, 0, 6, 9. So the lateral surface area is 960 inches squared. To find the total, you need to find the area of the 2 bases and add it to the area of all of your sides. So my bases are triangles, so the area is 1/2 base times the height. Area is equal to 1/2 times my base is 10, and my height is right here. You can barely see it. Might need to erase this so you guys can see. Right here is 12, so 10 times 12. Color that back in. All right, so now I'm going to solve. So area is equal to 1/2. Well, 10 times 12 is 120. Area is equal to, well, half of 120 is 60. And I have 2 of these. I have 2 triangles, so 60 times 2 is 120. Now, this is not the total. This is only the area of my bases. So I need to add the lateral and the bases together. So 960 plus 120, 0, 8, 10, to get a grand total area of 1,080 inches squared. 1,080 inches squared. Oh, sorry, can't see it. All right, let's take a look at volume. All right, so solving for volume, you guys do not need this part right here. I forgot to take that off. We have not dealt with pyramids yet. We're only dealing with volume of a prism, where we have V is equal to capital B times H, where capital B stands for the area of your base. All right, so let's take a look at number 9. Number 9, it looks like it is going to be a prism. Okay, and I have my base, and I'm going to say the top here is my base and the bottom here is my base. The shape of my base is a rectangle, so the name of this 3D figure is a rectangular prism. All right, so remember, our first step is to find the formula, and it is V is equal to capital B times H. Well, my base, okay, the base, the shape of it is a rectangle. And to find the area of that is area is equal to base times the height. So I'm going to have V is equal to, well, the base is 3. The height of my base is 5. Now, the height, it is not just the normal height. It's the height of my prism. So the height of my prism is the distance between my two bases. And the distance between my two bases is 2. So it's going to be times 2. And the third step is to solve. So I'm going to have 1.5 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. Decimal place, so I have 4.5 times 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. So I have a volume of 9 centimeters cubed. Now, the difference between area and volume, I'm cubing it because I'm multiplying 3 lengths together. I'm doing length times width times height. Whereas area, it's squared because you're multiplying 2 sides. All right, let's try number 10. Name the shape of this 3D figure. Well, it looks like I have 2 bases going on. So I've got a prism. And my 2 bases, the shape of them are triangles. So the name of this figure is a triangular prism. All right, so my base is a triangle. And to find the area of a triangle, it's 1/2 base times the height. So now I'm going to solve for the volume. So volume is equal to capital B times H. Volume is equal to 1/2 times the base of 4 times the height of 3. And the height of my prism, so the distance between my 2 bases, is 6. Step 3, we're going to solve. So I'm going to have a 1/2 times 4 times 3 is 12 times 6. 12 times 1/2 is 6. And then 6 times 6 to give me a volume of 36 inches cubed. 36 inches cubed. All right, number 11, it says, consider the following information. Name of solid, it's a triangular prism. Area of the base is 16. Height of the prism is 5. Calculate the volume of our prism. So volume is capital B times H. I know the area of the base is 16. So I have 16 times the height of my prism is 5. And I want to know the volume of my prism. So I just need to do 16 times 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5. 6, 7, 8, plus 3 more is 8. So the volume is going to be 80 centimeters cubed. 80 centimeters cubed. All right, 2 more. Number 12. I have what looks to be another prism, a rectangular prism with two bases. The name of my shape is a rectangular prism. So to find the area of a rectangle, it is base times the height. And I'm finding the volume, so capital B times H. To find the area of my bottom, it's going to be 12 times 4 times the height of my prism, which is 8. 12 times 4 is 48. So I'm going to have 48 times 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 6 more is 38. So I have a volume of 384 centimeters cubed. 384 centimeters cubed. And last but not least, I have looks to be a triangular prism. And I'm trying to find the volume of this. So capital B times H. Well, my base is a triangle of area is 1/2 base times the height. So volume is equal to 1/2. Well, I have an equilateral triangle, so all three sides are 11. So 1/2 times 11 times 8 times the height of my prism, which is the distance between my bases, is 18. Then I have volume is 1/2 times, well, 11 times 8 is 88 times the height of 18. 1/2 times 88 is 44. So I'm going to have 44 times 18. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 more is 35. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 2, 9. 4 plus 3 is 7. So I have a grand total volume of 792 feet cubed. 792 feet cubed. If you guys have any questions, please let us